From a small river crossing on the James to a booming tobacco town, the city of Lynchburg was built by people who saw opportunity and took it. While some families were there from the very beginning, others arrived right when Lynchburg was ready to grow upwards. By the early 1800s, Lynchburg was already busy. Tobacco warehouses lined the river. In the mid-19th century, it was one of the wealthiest cities per capita in the United States, a status built almost entirely on the tobacco trade. Before the rise of big tobacco conglomerates in North Carolina, Lynchburg was the largest loose tobacco market in the world. By 1860, there were nearly 50 tobacco factories operating in Lynchburg, many concentrated along 12th Street. The Civil War came and went, and unlike many southern cities, Lynchburg survived with most of its infrastructure intact. By the late 1800s, Lynchburg wasn't just surviving, it was modernizing. The Krise family came from German immigrant roots, first settling in Pennsylvania and Maryland. By the early 1800s, one branch had moved south into Virginia. Jacob D. Krise, born in 1797, married Sarah Mildred Williams in 1827, and they raised several children on a Virginia farm. One of those children was Philip Asa Krise, born in 1833. Philip grew up in rural Virginia and what later became West Virginia. He apprenticed as a teacher and then immediately after the Civil War set up shop in Lynchburg as a broker of gold, silver, and banknotes. Starting with just a few $100s, Philip parlayed his hard work into a thriving finance career. He married Mary Virginia Davis in 1868 and soon became active in local business and civic affairs. By the 1890s, Philip was rich enough to open his own bank. In 1892, he chartered the Krise Banking Corporation and purchased a Main Street property to house it. He was also a vice president of the American National Bank. Philip Asa Krise had become one of Lynchburg's most successful businessmen. In 1905, Philip made his boldest move. He financed a building right in downtown Lynchburg, a fireproof, 7-story tower, the tallest the city had ever seen. It was Lynchburg's first skyscraper, a big deal for a town where most buildings were only a couple of stories high. The 7-story brick and steel tower at 9th and Main housed businesses, the bank, and even featured modern conveniences of the time as it had electric elevators and mail chutes. Lynchburg had entered the modern age. Today the Krise building still stands as a downtown landmark and was renovated in 2020 into luxury apartments with tenants enjoying views of the river. In 1911, he had a grand country house built on Rivermont Avenue, set on 10 acres of land. This Georgian revival mansion was originally called Chrysalia. The Krise family lived there until after Philip's death. In the mid-20th century, that mansion became Villa Maria Academy, a Catholic girls' school from 1952 until 1987. Today, aside from the preserved buildings, few traces of the original Krise family remain. The family's younger generation did not become as prominent locally, and Philip's only son died young. Nevertheless, Lynchburg still remembers the Krise name and its architecture. The former Chrysalia mansion stands as a historic landmark. Philip and his immediate family are buried in Presbyterian Cemetery in Lynchburg, Virginia. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed, I hope you will like this video, comment below, and subscribe for future videos like this.